You read a powerful piece of scripture, and for a brief, shining second, it clicks. You feel inspired, motivated, ready. But almost as quickly as that spark arrives, it fades out. Within a few hours, the familiar loop kicks back in. The anxiety, the doubt, the low-level hum of worry, it all returns exactly as it was, immediately taking back the space in your mind. When this happens, it is easy to blame yourself. You think your resolve is weak. But that snap back to your old thought patterns has nothing to do with a lack of faith. The truth evaporated because of a mechanical mismatch. We try to use surface-level inspiration to fix deep-seated programming. To understand why that fails, we have to look at how the mind is actually built. Right now, between 90 and 95% of your daily life runs entirely on autopilot. Your reactions, your assumptions, your immediate emotional responses, they are all governed by your subconscious mind. That subconscious system is constructed through repetition. Every repeated thought forms a neural pathway. Over the years, those pathways get deeper, channeling your thoughts into automatic habits. If you have repeated a cycle of fear or anxiety daily for a decade, that is the path of least resistance. Worry becomes your brain's natural default state. This is why reading a positive truth once doesn't work. A single pass of new information cannot override a 10-year-old canyon. If you want to change your automated reactions, you have to bypass the conscious surface completely. The new truth has to get underground. There is a crucial difference between exposure and transformation. Reading introduces a truth to your mind. Meditation physically installs it. We have built a modern habit of constant consumption. We listen to countless sermons, jump from chapter to chapter, and chase endless streams of new verses. But ancient texts suggest an entirely different approach. The book of Joshua instructs us to meditate on it day and night, not read it once and move on. It demands a relentless, singular focus, repeating the same concept until it sticks. To rewrite your internal architecture, you must stop the frantic search for more information. You have to take one piece of truth and dig deeply enough for it to take root. The process begins with identifying a specific, living verse that directly addresses your most persistent negative loop, whether that is fear, lack, or sickness. Next, you must control your environment. You pull that phrase out of the book and place it in your physical space, ensuring it never leaves your line of sight. This leads to a daily 5-minute practice. Before you even speak, you sit down, breathe, and intentionally slow your body. You have to quiet the system to prepare it for new instructions. Then you speak the verse. Biblical meditation actually translates to muttering or whispering. You don't just read it silently, you rehearse it out loud, slowly chewing on the words. As you speak, you force your brain to visualize the result. If the text promises peace, you vividly picture your body feeling calm. If it promises healing, you see yourself whole, making the mind experience the reality of the words. These 3 steps combine to slowly force the subconscious to accept a new reality through deliberate, focused repetition. When you begin this process, your brain will push back. You will experience immediate mental friction. The old loops of doubt and anxiety will flare up, often louder than they were before. They are established patterns defending their neurological territory. Doubt is the biological friction of an old neural pathway being actively challenged by a new set of instructions. Pushing through that invisible friction day after day is the physical act of overriding your brain's default programming. Eventually, if you maintain that consistency, you hit a tipping point. The internal architecture shifts, and your subconscious fully adopts the new pattern. You start to notice outward symptoms. Your immediate reactions to stress become peaceful. Your internal dialogue drops the phrase, "I hope," and replaces it with, "I believe." All of this happens out of sight. The transformation occurs entirely in the dark, expanding underground long before the results break through the surface. This is the return on deep focus. One truth deeply planted will always overpower 1,000 different truths lightly consumed. The choice is yours. Stop jumping from idea to idea. Pick your one mountain, choose your one verse, and commit 5 minutes a day to read